thanks for joining us for another ball review. This one is for the 900 Global Burner Solid. This one will feature me, and the one for the Pearl will feature Angel. My layout is 4 3/4 by 5 by 2.5, so going pin up for this one rather than the pin and ring like I've done with most of the other stuff. Low differential stuff and weaker balls period are usually kind of hit and miss for me, plus I drill the last couple hustles and electrifies pin up, so this will be a closer comparison to them. We use Turbo Quad Classic grips and Turbo Urethane thumb solids, and we also like to use Reactifoam for the shiny stuff. It keeps the cover clean without affecting or changing the surface. The Burner Solid features the S62 solid cover and symmetric centroid core. Now the number in the cover gives you an idea of their overall strength. So S62 is a cleaner, low to medium strength cover like VTC on the hustles or like Reactor on the electrifies. And this is where the burners live too. It's less an entry-level ball like a tropical surge, and more a performance ball for lighter or heavily transition conditions. The symmetric centroid core is also in the Hustle Electrify range. It comes in at a 253 RG and an 037 differential and 15 pounds. The transition the last couple of years to cores with low to medium RGs and differentials creates a more stable and versatile reaction. Quote-unquote entry-level balls in the past tended to have higher RGs with the lower differentials to both help them get down the lane and avoid being too flippy or quick, but when you combine that with weaker cover stocks, what you got more often than not what was ball reaction that was overly sensitive. If you caught friction, they'd still move, but any kind of oil and they'd just skate. So by lowering the RG, you get a stronger, more stable roll, but still with a low to medium differential to give you enough flare to keep some ring separation to further increase the consistency, but without being too much. It's kind of an IQ Tour type idea, just in a weaker package. We're here once again at Royal Crest Lanes in Lawrence, Kansas on the house shot. Big thanks to them for always taking care of us. Right away, it's just a bit too glossy out of the box, and here's the deal. 95% of the people watching this video only bowl on house shots, and probably the same amount bowl with the ball the way it comes out of the box. For the vast majority of people, if it doesn't look good in league the way it came out of the box, it's not going to last long. I could have had them put out a zillion different patterns and tried all kinds of surfaces, but I've got to review it on a league pattern at box surface. That's just the reality. I've done all kinds of videos on different conditions and several videos on surface prep, and there's only so much I can stuff into a video and so much that can actually be seen or realized in a video. By sanding the surface, you're going to make the ball stronger, earlier, and smoother, which will increase control and blend out over-under reactions. The rougher you make the surface, the more you're going to exaggerate those things. I'm going to start with React-A-Scuff. It'll break the shine and give it a sheen around 3000 grit, which will blend the reaction slightly without making it too much stronger or earlier, and I'll have a separate video coming soon on that. This one is virtually on top of the Burner Pearl with the shine on it. Again, think Baby Zen, so running the Pearl shiny and the solid dull, or at least not glossy, will give you a nice 1-2 punch that would be reminiscent of the Zen and Zen Master, just obviously not as strong. Or if you're after just one or the other, they're so close that you can pretty well just pick the one that looks the best. The differences are pretty marginal with the out-of-box finish. Comparing it to the Zen, if you've watched the Burner Pearl review featuring Angel, I've got the same kind of look in comparison, shiny at least. I'll be back soon with the solid sanded, and we'll see how it compares to the Zen Master, but the Zen is a pretty strong, heavy rolling ball, even polished. It's got the same even, controlled, and rolly shape, but obviously it's a fair bit stronger and heavier rolling. Where the Burner Solid can get a little lazy with too much angle or catching too much oil, you can see the Zen digs through all that. However, at the same time, once the lanes start drying up or you catch too much friction, it's going to react more strongly than the Burner Solid will. The idea with lighter oil balls is to act on light conditions or transition like heavier oil balls do on heavier conditions. And once the lanes transition enough that the Zen becomes too much ball, the Burner Solid, or Pearl, will step right in and the extra friction will be there for it. Now, lefties can't even spell transition, but if you run into lighter conditions, or generally favor this type of ball anyway, you can't beat this type of reaction for the price. The Burner Pearl and Burner Solid are available now, and I have links both in the description and at the end of the video to buy them and anything else you're in need of at Bowler's Mart. Using any of those links will let them know I sent you. They're now a major sponsor of the channel, and supporting them supports me. For ratings, I'm giving the Solid the same numbers as the Pearl. 4 for hook, 7 for length, and 7 for back end. The differences are too marginal to change anything, and then it wouldn't accurately reflect the differences between it and other balls. It, like the Pearl, lives in electrify and hustle territory, and with the shine, it's got a very Zen-like shape, and we'll see in a future video if it would be a good step or two down from the Zen Master with some surface on it. Thanks for watching, and may the strikes be with you.